watching us live. We're really excited this afternoon. We have a really fun afternoon planned for you, but a little bit first to let those of you know who have not ever heard maybe of Gwynnie Bee. Gwynnie Bee is a plus-size clothing subscription rental service for sizes 10 to 32, and really our guest today is Mary Lambert, as you all know, and I'm sure love. She really personifies our brand in a way that is perfect. She is warm and confident and stylish and all the things that we want our customers to feel every day. So we're super excited that she is here today. And if you haven't talked to anybody here from the staff at Gwynnie Bee, there's a few of us roaming around. So if you have questions about the clothing that we have here and how the service works, after, obviously, Mary Place, then you guys can ask questions or come back another day and try on tons of stuff. The pop-up shop will be open for another month or so. For those of you who are watching and you're in the New York City area, we're at 134 Fifth Avenue, so please swing by. So we, like I said, are thrilled to have Mary here with us today. She's collaborated with us, and she's a friend to Gwynnie Bee, and we actually designed a crop top for her that you'll see in her video when it launches. And without further ado, let's welcome Mary, because that's what you're here for, right? Hi guys. How are you? Everybody's good? That good? Everyone's like, we're hungover. I know. I was projecting. I have some songs for you I'd like to play. Also, I'm just in love with this dress right now. It has pockets, and they didn't ask me to say that. I just really like it. Oh, it sounds nice. Lay your head down. Lay your head down. Lay your head down on me. What is the state of your heart? Is it concave? Are you awake? Sometimes when I cry, I start to cry harder simply because I am crying. Or because I know that in the world somewhere there are little girls wearing tutus and singing Christmas songs. I love Christmas. Sometimes I cry when I think about those dogs that look like old men. And I wonder what they would look like when they're puppies. They'd look like puppy old men. Sometimes I cry because on the internet there are pictures of pigs wearing rain boots. You can find anything on the internet. That is so cool. Sometimes I cry when cheese is really good. Or when I've cut onions. But that's just human. One time I cried when I had a pork chop. I call it my memory pork chop. Sometimes I cry when Sarah McLachlan comes onto my TV and tells me about cats and dogs that don't have homes. Fuck you, Sarah McLachlan. I'm just kidding. I love you, Sarah McLachlan. I
I cry when they call me fat, even though I am fat, because most of the time a word is just a word until it is not a word, it is a weapon. And I cry when there is an end, and I cry when there isn't an end, and I cry because you love me so well, because I gave my love to other people before you. I cry because I used to cry alone because I wanted to die, and then I cry because your shoulder is so soft, because the sunset is so beautiful on the Connecticut River. Lay your head down, lay your head down, lay your head down on me. What is the state of your heart? Is it concave? Are you awake? I cry because reality is frightening, because humanity is terrifying, and one person armed with self-hatred and one gun can kill an entire room of people. I cry at the state of where we live, because it doesn't make sense, because I want it to make sense. I cry because I want to close my eyes, and then I cry because I can't. Lay your head down, lay your head down, lay your head down on me. What is the state of your heart? Is it concave? Are you awake? But I cry because there is also good. There is also chocolate cake and love and Harry Potter and the brilliant gasps of holding a hand and magic and hammocks. I love hammocks. I cry because there are love letters and first kisses and second kisses and third kisses and puppies. I cry because the moon is out and all the fireflies are winking at me, and they want nothing from me. I cry because I am so well, because I live so well. And how could one person possibly be so fortunate to live with all of this light? Lay your head down, lay your head down, lay your head down on me. What is the state of your heart? Is it concave? Are you awake? Stay awake. Stay awake. Stay awake. you. This is my best friend, Tim. This is, so I released an EP. I should probably tell you about things about me. I released an EP, oh my God, was it yesterday? Yesterday I released the EP. It's been a long 24 hours. I released an EP called Bold, and this is my first venture since leaving a major label, and I left formal management. I left the label. I kind of left that idea of what it's supposed to look like and started asking myself what I really wanted. And what I really wanted to do was produce and be in the driver's seat and make music that I care about, that I'm passionate about, and not having to ask anyone to have my mom on a song. My mom's on a fucking song. It's really cool. Like, it's very exciting. Thank you. And I called the EP Bold because I feel bold, and one of the definitions of bold is necessitating courage, and I just love that idea of like the self-urgency of being brave, and that's just where I'm at right now, and this is just me like standing on a mountain of glitter wearing a crop top, being like, I'm great, and I'm gonna do what I want to do. So these are some songs from Bold. This is a song called Do Anything. I could have stayed. I could have stayed and been fine. I could have stayed. But how, when the world is standing in front of me, saying I can't do anything, I can't do anything, watch me, watch me. I could have stayed. I could have stayed and been fine. I could have stayed. I could have stayed and been fine. Watch me. I could have stayed. Watch me. I could have stayed, but I wouldn't have been fine. I wouldn't have been fine. I wouldn't have been fine. I wouldn't have been I would love to share a piece with you. My background is in spoken word. That's like a big part of my soul. I feel like it's where I've learned a lot of lessons of speaking your truth and speaking openly and honestly and being really present in vulnerability and sort of the invitation that vulnerability offers you. I'd love to share a poem with you. I wrote this about 10 years ago, and sometimes I try to write things that I wish I would have heard when I was younger. I was filming a music video probably about 2 or 3 years ago, and it was the greatest thing ever. It was like 50 people focused on me for a day. I would do again. I had an awesome time doing it, and I had a long discussion with the music video director afterwards, and we were discussing post-editing and sort of what we were going to do, what it would look like, and we got into a discussion about body editing. And I didn't know this. Maybe I'm just like very trusting of the world outside, but the same way that you Photoshop an image, you can do that to a video. And if you can imagine, that's like, if you just have like a spare $10,000 to $100,000 and you're insecure about your chin, you could just shave it down. It just costs $40,000 and your dignity and like sadness for everyone involved. It's bizarre to me, but it also makes sense. And I think there's something that started circling around in my head. It was this idea that maybe people that don't have positive support systems or role models or people in their lives that they can hold on to and point to, maybe those people are using celebrity culture and these specific images and those videos as a calibration for what's good and beautiful. And if we can't even come to a position where we're being honest with our bodies, how disconnected are we to our own selves? How disconnected are we to the world around us? I think it's tragic. This is a poem called Body Love. Girls who are trying to fit into the social norm like squeezing into last year's prom dress. I know girls who wore low-rise, MAC eyeshadow and binge drinking. I know girls that wonder if they're disaster and sexy enough to fit in. I know girls who are fleeing bombs from the mosques of their skin, playing Russian roulette with death. It's never easy to accept that our bodies are fallible and flawed, but when do we draw the line? The knife hits the skin. Isn't it the same thing as purging because we're so obsessed with death? Some women just have more guts than others. The funny thing is women like us don't shoot. We swallow pills, still wanting to be beautiful at the morgue, still proceeding to put on makeup, still hoping that the mortician finds us fuckable and attractive. We might as well be buried with our shoes and handbags and scarves. Girls, we flirt with death every time we etch a new tally mark into our skin. I don't want to split my wrist to reveal a battlefield too, but the time has come for us to reclaim our bodies. Our bodies deserve more than to be war-torn and collateral, offering this fuckdom as a pathetic means to say, I only know how to exist when I am wanted. Girls like us are hardly ever wanted, you know. We're used up and sad and drunk and perpetually waiting by the phone for someone to pick up and tell us that we did good. We did good. I know I am because I said I am. I know I am because I said I am. I know I am because I said I am. My body is home. My body's my own. My body's my home. My body's my own. Try this. Take your hands over your bumpy love body naked. Remember the first time you touched someone with the sole purpose of learning all of them. Touch them because the light was pretty on them, and the dust and the sunlight danced the way your heart did. Touch yourself with a purpose. Your body is the most beautiful royal. Fathers and uncles are not claiming your knife anymore, are not your razor. Put the sharpness back. Lay your hands flat and feel the surface of scarred skin. I once touched a tree with charred limbs. The stump was still breathing, but the tops were just ashy remains. I wonder what it's like to come back from that, because sometimes I feel forest fires erupting from my wrists, and the smoke signals sent out are the most beautiful things I've ever seen. I said I am. I know I am because I said I am. I know I am because I said I am. My body is home. My body's my own. My body is my body's my own. Love your body the way your mother loved your baby feet. And brother, arm wrapping shoulders, remember this is important. You are worth more than who you fuck. You are worth more than a waistline. You are worth more than any naked body could proclaim in the shadows, more than a man's whim or your father's mistake. You are no less valuable as a size 16 than a size 4. You are no less valuable as a 32A than a 36C. Your sexiness is defined by concentric circles within your wood. It is wisdom. You are a goddamn tree stump with leaves sprouting out. Reborn. How fitting we're in Gwynnie Bee. Just some lighthearted fun songs to just get you ready for your week. I'm probably more known for the song Same Love than I am of my affinity with floral wallpaper and margaritas. But this is a song. I would love to play this song for you. I'd also love to tell you a story. I went to the Grammys a couple years ago, and it was one of the most amazing experiences of my life. It was Mia and Macklemore and Ryan Lewis and Queen Latifah married a bunch of couples, many of them gay, and I sang with Madonna, and which is just like a statement. I just never thought would be a thing. It was an incredible experience. It was one of the most amazing days, moments of my life. And we had several rehearsals leading up to it, so I got to spend some time with all those people and really making the show happen. But if you haven't noticed, crying is a big deal for me. I love it. It's a hobby. And I was crying pretty much any time we would rehearse the song, just because I thought about like the impact that it might have to people watching the telecast. And so I couldn't quite get through the song. It was becoming an issue, and the producers of the show actually got worried that I couldn't get through the song. But I had promised myself the day of, it was our final dress rehearsal, and this was going to be the time that I was going to get through the song without crying. Because it's not just like I cry a little bit, it's like ugly crying where you can't actually sing. And it was like, I can't change. It's like, thing would happen. And so it wasn't cute. It wasn't good for anyone involved. I promised myself that morning I was going to not cry during the performance. I was going to cry after a lot. So I was feeling confident, and we were in the first part of the dress rehearsal. I'm singing the song. I'm not crying. I'm tough. No one's going to mess with me. I'm not going to cry here. Feeling great. They didn't tell me that the couples that were getting married were going to come in as a part of the rehearsal. And I didn't know that. So they walk in, and I just have like two birds up to the air to the people walking in, and they're like, "Is she homophobic?" And I was like, "Yes, I'm very homophobic." That's not what happened. I just cried. I didn't make any bad gestures. I just cried. I didn't get through the song. The producers are running around like, who is this crying pile of mess? Like, who is this person? And the most amazing thing happened. Madonna comes over in her like cut off leather gloves and a grill because she's Madonna. She wipes the tears off of my face. And this is what I did. I went. And she was like, "Are you okay?" And I was like, "I'm assessing the situation, Miss Donna." She was like, "Will you please stop calling me Miss Donna? Literally no one calls me that." And I was like, "I know, it's so crazy, it's like our thing." She didn't think it was our thing. She won't respond to my texts. Wherever you are, Madonna, I miss you. I want you back. Miss Donna. If you're here with someone that you like or love or remotely care about or want a phone number from, this is a really good cuddling song. She says I smell like safety and home. I named both of her eyes forever, and please don't go. I could be a morning sunrise all the time, yeah. This could be good, this could be good. I can't change, even if I tried, even if I wanted to. I can't change, even if I tried, even if I wanted to. My love, my love, my love, my love, she keeps me warm, she keeps me warm. What's your middle name? Do you hate your job? Do you fall in love too easily? What's your favorite word? Do you like kissing girls? Can I call you baby? Yeah, yeah. She says that people stare 'cause we look so good together. Yeah, yeah, yeah. And I can't change, even if I try, even if I wanted to. I can't change, even if I try, even if I wanted to. My love, my love, my love, my love, she keeps me warm, she keeps me warm, she keeps me warm. I'm not crying on Sundays. I'm not crying on Sundays. I'm not crying on Sundays. No. My love, my love, my love, my love, she keeps me warm, she keeps me warm. Thank you. I'd love to play you another song off the new EP called Bold, and we're selling them here too. And this is like a beautifully bold, vibrant place to be here with the EP. Anyway, thanks you guys for coming. I just have 2 songs left. This song is called "I'd Be Your Wife." Yeah. These are my hands, these are all that I've got. I've looked around, and you're the one that I want. I'm not very clever, but I got a little spark of a heart that's waiting for you to start. You're the song I've been saying all of my life. Every piece of me loves every piece of you. You were right for me right from the start, especially when you said you liked NPR and sleeping in and drinking coffee and playing Scrabble and having great communication skills. I think you're really cute. I'd be your wife. Well, thank you so much for coming, and Gwynnie Bee, thanks for having us. And this is my last song. This is called Know Your Name. And in Know Your Name, the music video comes out in about 2 weeks. I am wearing exclusively Gwynnie Bee in Know Your Name, so I'm very excited about it. And this is, huh? Yeah, I have like a badass crop top. I look really cool. I don't mean to brag, but I would like to brag. It looks really good. Ready? Are you guys ready? Last song? Okay. Lady, can I get you closer? Lady, would you come on over? I think I'm ready this time. I think I like your hand in mine, lady. Got a question for you, lady. Think that you're the answer. Hey, wanna see me later? Hey, wanna go to dinner? I wanna take you out. I wanna make you shake. I wanna drive you out. But I probably should know your name when I finally get to be the one who gets to hold you close in the night, in the dark, be alive. I should know your name when I finally get to be the one who gets to hold you close in the night, in the dark, be alive. I should know your name. It could be so good, but I probably should know your name. Lady, got a car and a weekend. Lady, do you feel what I'm feeling? I gotta see you again. I love the way that you walked in, lady. I've been waiting for you, baby. You've been waiting for me. Wanna go out dancing? Hey, would you take a chance on me? I wanna take you out. I wanna make you shake. I wanna drive you wild. But I probably should know your name when I finally get to be the one who gets to hold you close in the night, in the dark, be alive. I should know your name when I finally get to be the one who gets to hold you close in the night, in the dark, be alive. I should know your name. It could be so good, but I probably should know your name. I know I'm a little delusional, a little unusual, but I've got a heart that wants your heart. I know I'm a little obsessed with this. I only think about your kiss. I don't know why I don't know you yet. When I finally get to be the one who gets to hold you close in the night, in the dark, be alive. I should know your name when I finally get to be the one who gets to hold you close in the night, in the dark, be alive. I should know your name when I finally get to be the one who gets to hold you close in the night, in the dark, be alive. I should know your name. Thank you so much. This is Tim Mentanza. Jonah Cohen is back there doing sound. Thanks, Jonah. And Nadia's running merch over there. I'm Mary Lambert. This is Gwynnie Bee. Thank you.
Was awesome.
Thank you.
So much. Do you think you might be able to talk a little bit with the audience?
Yes, I would love to.
Yeah, maybe start with how it's been sort of in the entertainment world as a woman, and maybe how you navigate that.
Yeah.
And then we'll take maybe a couple of questions.
Okay, absolutely.
Awesome.
Absolutely. Yeah, I mean, it's interesting not only being, a plus-size woman in the entertainment industry, but also bipolar and also gay. And there's a few little ticks on the boxes that are just, there are a lot of systems that aren't meant for certain people to challenge them. And I think we're increasingly getting in a time where it's really important to challenge those things and find diversity and different expressions within different industries. And so, yeah, when I signed to Capitol Records, that was a huge deal for me, just as its own sort of statement of like, I will take up this space. I will allow myself to do that. And I'm really glad I went through that circuit. I'm really glad that I did it. There's so much good that came out of it that whatever regrets I have or however I feel about the entertainment world now, I still wouldn't have changed that process. That said, I'm very grateful to be independent now and to be driving and to be the one making those decisions. I feel like we often tell artists that there's this there should be this sort of disconnect between them and their business, and I think that that's foolish. I think that it's not real. I think that that's perpetuated by people that rely on artists to employ them, to tell them that they can't handle their own business, or they are too flighty and they don't understand, and focus on your art. I'm like, no, I also have a business. This is also a part of what I do, and I love all aspects of it. And Michael Bainhorn has a book. My girlfriend was reading it, and sort of like, I underline this, and I feel like I repeat this a lot, but it's this concept that if we come to a consensus that we agree that by the standards of success, only maybe 5% of artists will succeed in that way. So if 95% of artists are going to fail, why not let them fail doing what they love, what is fun, what they want to be doing? Otherwise, you're making concessions and you're making decisions based on a potential of like kind of banking on this thing that you hope will happen. And if you start making sacrifices to your voice or your art along the way, you will regret it. Whether it is successful or it's not successful, you've lost. You've made those concessions. Hopefully, I mean, the goal is, when you do that, at some point you get to go back and do what you actually want to do. And I just don't have that belief system anymore. I want to do what I want to do right now. I don't want to just wait and make my songs different so they'll be in Target. I don't want to do that. I'm not going to change things around. If Target wants my album, they'll put it in there. I don't know. I'm not going to not talk about white supremacy. I'm not going to not talk about rape. I'm just not going to do it. Like, there's like... Was that the answer to your question?
Does anyone else here have any questions they'd like to ask?
What? She wrote her undergrad thesis on my music? Yes. Oh my God. Yeah. It's relevant to what I was saying. Wait, did you get in with the thesis? Yes! Okay, I was like, first questions first, my ego. Amazing. I love it so much. No, it's a great question. It's super relevant, and I feel like that's along the line of sort of the narrative of Lay Your Head Down is sort of this conflict of like, how can I exist in this world and be active and want to challenge these things and not burn out and not really be devastated at what's actually happening, because the desire, like, it's like a cycle of like engage, pain, disconnect, Twitter, like what is the, like this cycle of like how much can I handle mentally, really? And I think that we all have to take turns cheering each other on and letting us have space and rest, and so we can come back into action and engage. But particularly on the front of vulnerability, I started thinking about this. I don't know if anyone else had this, but when you were growing up, did you ever go to a slumber party and you stayed up really late and you told each other like deep shit, like their darkest stuff, and it just kind of stopped after that? That ended. There was a period where that was okay, and then that stopped being okay. And I don't think that I ever unlearned that. I didn't ever stop. And my life is a slumber party. That's very true, Tim. I am like perpetually just hungry for people to connect with, and like when I find that when I speak my truth and am like very, authentic and open about my experience or what I come from, or whether and I was depressed for all of October, like just being able to talk about that, like I didn't know if I was going to do music, like I was just kind of done. Like that is a direct invitation without you knowing it, for someone else to stand up and say, me too, I felt these things too, I've had this experience as well. And that, for me, is what's going to save the world, is the idea that vulnerability leads to empathy, and that leads to connection. And I think that's what's going to save the world. So there's no choice. I have no choice. It just happens. And I've been burned before, but like the joy, the full capacity of joy in being present in grief and sadness is so huge that I can't imagine closing my eyes to either, because it's so important to have a balance of both. And I just really value connection. I value facilitating that. So that's why. How I spent my summer vacation. Yeah. Oh, I said it really loud. Wow, yeah. Right. Well, I think, and I don't know if you find this, but for me, art is a form of survival. And so it's almost, I feel like I'm sure there's multiple kinds of people that make art. But for me, I'm understanding sort of two types of personalities that are creating art. And there are people that like love the craft to death. They just love it. They want to make the best art possible. They want to make the best song possible. They want to make the best painting. They want to make the best sculpture. They want to be the best dancer. And then there are people that will literally explode if they don't write this song. That it's not about making the best thing, it's about making the most authentic thing. And when I'm at my lowest, when I'm like we were just watching like 8 hours of Survivor and eating Cheez-Its, like I know that there's that sacred divine space to create music, to create poetry, and that pulls me so much. And so I mean, the art itself is the pull, but also like being able to recognize that you're not always going to be able to make art when you're sad. Sometimes you're just fucking sad, and you just have to do it. You have to be in the thick of it, and giving space for that is really important. And learning how to nurture your body and your health, and prioritizing your mental state, and also learning that as a balance of creating art as well, of like, don't stop taking care of yourself to make a painting, you know what I mean? Like, take care of yourself and make the painting be an impetus of healing and be a part of that self-care, you know? So, yeah, art is self-care.
Anyone else have any questions? Yeah.
Yeah, oh, wow. Wow, yeah. I did a Facebook Live a couple months ago, and I read a poem there that I don't think I've performed since. And the poem is actually called Shame, and the next album is called Shame, so it will definitely be on there. It will definitely be very sad. And I wanted to create this pop EP to give you a false sense of promise and really just destroy you. I'm trying to build everybody up, and then I'm just gonna punch you in the face. Yeah, the next album is called Shame, and it's really about exploring those themes of people who were raised in abusive households, who have suffered forms of violence, sexual abuse, rape. It's like the laundry list of being bipolar, whatever those things are. It's like this was my explosion. This is the masterpiece I've been working on, and that I'm being like crazy with it. I just need more time. I want more time with it, but yeah, that will definitely be on an album. Yeah.
You guys, can I just say something? It's Mary Lambert's birthday 2 days ago, and it's pretty good. So what we need to do is sing her a New York style happy birthday. Do you guys want to do that? And we can wrap it up and say thank you by singing her out of here. Does that make sense? All right. Tim, you're going to cue it up. This is New York. You need to leave with our energy here.
Thanks, Kelly.
Everyone ready? On the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. Happy birthday to you.
I can't hear you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Mary. Happy birthday to you.
Thank you. Thank you very much, you guys.
Thank you for being here, everyone. Mary, I've got 3 very quick hypotheticals for you. Ready?
Okay, I'm ready.
All right. You go to an ice cream shop. You get a double scoop.
Okay.
What pairings do you do?
Chocolate, peanut butter, and coffee.
Excellent.
Something like
That's
that.
pretty good.
Okay.
All right. You go to a wine store, and it's the summer.
You know me really well.
Yes, I do.
Okay.
It's the summertime.
Summertime.
What do you look for? What's the wine you're looking for to quench that summertime heat?
I would love a Viognier. I think that would be like delicious.
Very nice.
Yeah.
Very nice.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. And
Bougie.
third question. It's Saturday night.
Okay.
You're like, I'm not going out. I'm staying in.
Yeah.
What's the first thing you look for to binge watch that night?
I have a list.
All right, number one.
Survivor.
Okay.
I love Survivor, you guys. Amazing Race.
All those reality competitions.
Yeah.
Cool. And number three.
Probably an episode of The Office.
Cool.
That's where we're at.
Cool. Thank
I
you.
feel like that's a boring person. It's a very milquetoast answer, I think.
But you used the word milk toast. So that makes you pretty cool.
Okay. Thank you, Tim. Thanks for having me. Thank you. Bye, guys.